So technology, in 40 years, these patterns change drastically for what ostensibly is the same role. So I'd like to dive into the second part of the schematic human, which is the cognitive assessment. And you look at cognitive, and what we talk about with cognitive is general cognitive ability. The psychometricians call it G, and simply put, in real people terms, is a person's ability to learn. How fast does someone learn? And academics do not agree on many things. There is, however, overwhelming evidence and overwhelming agreement that G predicts job performance. And as a matter of fact, it is the #1 predictor of workplace performance. And this is only becoming more so because of increasing complexity due to technology, the hyper-connectedness of our world, and the accelerated rates of change that are required in the business world today. And I'd like to take you through another schematic of this. So here we have an X and Y axis. On the vertical you have change, on the horizontal you have time. Here we have this idyllic purple company where there's very little change over time. So think hospital, academic institution, a department of a large organization like the accounting department for, call it GE or Boeing. And here we have a blue candidate, someone who learns quickly, slightly higher G, where it takes them a little bit of time to ramp up, but they get to a really good place. Then you have this red candidate. It takes a little bit more time for them to ramp up, but they, like the blue candidate, they get to a really good place and they're a fantastic employee and they'll be there for a long period of time. Now we have this company which has a much more significant environmental complexity, constantly changing over time. Now the blue candidate is catching up, falling behind, catching up, falling behind, but for the most part keeps up, whereas this red candidate is just falling farther and farther behind and is not keeping up with the environmental complexity. I bring this up because your organizations, whether you have a complicated product, whether you have a complicated marketplace, whether you have a lot of external competition, or just the entire marketplace dynamics like healthcare in today's world is in a constant flux, you need individuals with really high G to deal with that environmental complexity. So ultimately, this is all about fit. And without fit, you have de-energized employees. If someone is in the wrong behavioral position for their job, or they don't have the cognitive capabilities to keep up with their job, they are going to be de-energized. They are not going to survive. And I leave you with this W. Edward Deming quote, were they dead when you hired them, or have you killed them? And if you have low morale, if you have a sort of sluggish corporate culture, it is often based on fit within your organization.